AI might be taking over the world. So like, I don't know. Like, what do we do? Hi guys, welcome back to the Decibels podcast. I'm Addie.
I'm Brianna.
And this is a podcast by Black women for Black women. And we are brought to you by Black Music Canada. You can follow us on all social media at My Black Music Canada and visit our website at blackmusiccanada.com.
So basically today we're going to be talking about AI being used in the music industry a lot more increasingly as well. And we wanted to talk about if it's going to be something that hurts Black musicians and artists, or if it's going to be something that benefits Black musicians and artists, because I mean we've seen some stuff and sometimes it's fun and it sounds amazing and we love it, and then other times it's like actually this is a little bit weird. I believe, was it earlier this year, someone made a Drake song where that featured The Weeknd on it, and it blew up. It got super popular and everyone was freaking out, and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe the Drake bye I can't believe Drake and The Weeknd are collaborating. This is amazing, this is insane, I never thought this day would come. And that's because that day never did come. It was AI. It was an AI track made by a guy at home. He's a producer and he wanted to I believe advertise his producing services, so he made that song to prove like, hey, I know how to make good music, I just need someone to sing it for me.
What happens when you piss off the entire music industry? 5 days ago, Drake and The Weeknd surprise released the song of the summer, except it wasn't Drake or The Weeknd. It was the guy in a bedsheet using AI to replicate their voices. Now, allegedly, the guy that recorded the song was a startup founder trying to drum up traffic for his company, which is hilarious. Before yesterday, the song had been played tens of millions of times and was trending everywhere. But the empire strikes back. Universal Music Group, the ones that manage distribution for Drake and The Weeknd, got the song banned everywhere, from Spotify and SoundCloud to YouTube and TikTok. But here's what I found most interesting. Universal released a statement essentially giving the entire music ecosystem an ultimatum. They said, you're either on the side of artists, fans, and human creative expression, or on the side of deepfakes, fraud, and denying artists their due compensation.
I don't know, Addie, how do you feel about that?
I feel like they're trying to make them out to be like villains. Like, it's don't be extra, first of all.
Don't be extra, she says.
I mean, okay, I understand not wanting, like, as an artist, not wanting your voice to be used, but I would never really support the record labels because they're just mad they can't make money from it. That's
technically, yes, obviously they were mad that they were literally losing out on millions of dollars. But I mean, they have the right to say that.
I mean, they do have the right, but like, don't come to us as the fans and be like, I'm saying for what's right. Like, you guys don't care about what's right. If they had the rights to that song, they would have been like completely fine with it.
Really? You think so?
100%.
So do you think they're going to start integrating AI into their music?
I mean, yeah, I guess it's up to the artist, but I'm sure that if the artist is down with it, then
do you think they would allow it? Because I know they've banned it from their awards, like the Grammys.
It's good.
Banned it.
It's gonna change. Awards. It's 100% gonna change. Like, there's no way this is gonna, like, as time progresses and AI gets better and better, there's no way you can keep it out of these spaces. Like, I feel like AI is gonna be heavily in that kind of art space, so I just don't see this ban lasting, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I think as long as the Grammys and the Junos and all of the award shows ban AI, the record labels technically can't use AI because they need their artists to obviously win these awards, and that will reflect positively on the record label. So, but I don't know if the awards,
I just don't think
that's gonna lift that ban anytime soon. I don't think so.
I don't think this is gonna last. There's gonna be some amazing like project coming out of AI, whether it be like in terms of like film, in terms of music, in terms of fashion, in terms of like art. There's gonna be some big AI thing that like everyone loves and takes the world by storm, and then they're gonna have to like remove their bans. I'm telling you.
Really?
Like the way YouTube has the little you have to like disclose this is used with AI. TikTok has it. Instagram has everything.
Do you think they would just make an AI category?
Yeah, honestly, I just think that AI is going to become like a big part of everything.
Okay, so would you prefer them to make like a separate AI category in the music awards, or would you just prefer that they lift the band all together and it's like whatever genre you do? Like,
no, I definitely think that no one should be like trying to like, fool people or kind of like lie to people that this is an AI. Like, it should be stated that it's AI. So I think an AI category would be amazing. So it should be known that it's AI, but it should still be allowed because it's still an art form. Like, people are still putting stuff together for it to sound good. Like, they didn't just click a button and then the song was made.
True.
He did work to make that song.
That boy worked to make that Drake and the Weeknd song,
even
guys.
like stuff that they would actually say. Like, he needs to have like some kind of artistry to come up with that. So yeah,
but do you think that helped the Drake and the Weeknd? Do you think that that kind of AI usage is helping Black artists, especially when, the people behind the AI songs, the producers or the people who are writing the lyrics for the AI to sing are white, and they're using Black celebrity voices to make these AI songs?
Honestly, I feel like it's going to be hard to draw the line.
Do you think it's any different from now, though? Because the people who own these music groups are predominantly white.
That's true. Honestly, yeah, I think it's going to be hard. Like, you can't obviously tell a white person not to use AI and then this Black person not to use it. And obviously there's going to be, if there's white people using it for Black voices, there's going to be Black people making white voices.
Yeah.
So I think you can't really restrict it. So it's kind of, it's like a hard place. Like, what can you do really?
Yeah.
It's either you allow it or you don't. And honestly, I don't really like the idea of like white people kind of exploiting
Black voices,
especially.
But technically it's that person isn't real. It's not a real Black person.
But if you think about it, they are taking opportunities away from actual Black artists, because they could have actually asked a Black artist, could you sing this part for me? But instead they're going to...
What about artists who maybe they don't live, not artists, sorry, but what about producers and these song makers who don't live in predominantly diverse areas? Because especially in the US, where this is becoming very, very popular to use AI to create songs, a lot of people don't live in areas like California or New York City or even Texas, because Texas does have a large Black population. Some of them just live in like Idaho with the fields. They ain't got nothing else there but cows, and like maybe there's like 3 Black people there. And maybe they have like a really good idea to make a song, and they're like, this is gonna sound better with like a Black woman's voice on the song, because Black people's voices do sound different from white people's voices, and everyone's voices sound different, okay, which is fine, and maybe they just want something different. You know what I mean?
I still think that's weird.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you think it would just boil down to like sound and tone and whatever, like music people, when they're like, oh, I need someone to sing in a low B, I don't know, and
I go what
maybe they're just like a Black voice might hit that note easier or something like that. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I understand like you might want like a certain vibe for your song, and that might need a Black voice, and you might not have access or even the money to be able to hire somebody to whatever, like sing the hook for your song or whatever. But I don't know, I just think
you still think it's weird?
I still think it's weird, but like I feel like it will happen. Like, as time goes on, people will, it's so much easier to just hey, let me just get this type of voice and sing my hook. Like, you already have the words, you already have everything, you just need a person to sing it. I think AI is the best way to go about it and the easiest way. But it is, again, taking opportunities from those Black artists that could have actually sung. Like, there are people waiting to be hired to sing this stuff, or there are people who already have their little like sound bites out there waiting for people to like buy the rights to them and stuff like that for their songs. So
do you think people are just gonna kind of like what's already happening now, where people, whenever they go into a job, they have to know multiple things instead of back then where it's like you only really need to know like one or two things? Like, these days, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't know, like people who get hired to do graphic design, you're not like hired to only know like Photoshop. You're hired to know Photoshop, Canva, Adobe Illustrator, maybe even a little bit of like CapCut, a little bit of like animated programs. Like, so do you think like in the future now, where right now we just have singers, do you think people are gonna have to become singers and the producer in order to retain the full rights to their songs and their music?
That's actually a great question. What I think would happen, I definitely think there will still be just people who are singers, but what I think will happen is that there's gonna be like a creation of like more jobs, or maybe not even more jobs, less jobs, because it's like all in one, where it's like,
I feel like it's gonna become an all-in-one thing.
Yeah, so it's gonna be, you're the producer, you're like you're the songwriter.
And you probably have to like self-publish it too, and then distribute it yourself.
Oh, you think it's gonna go that far?
Yes.
No, because I mean, people will still need distributors. Like, AI can't be a distributor.
I know,
like,
but I just feel like in the future it's just gonna be like, like upload your song to Spotify.
Really?
Yeah.
So you don't think there's gonna be like, you're not gonna have like promoters and managers and stuff like that?
I mean, I just feel like the size is gonna dwindle.
But don't you think there's gonna be more of a demand, or like for like actual singers?
I don't know, just because AI now has that kind of technology where someone can just sing a couple songs and then they can take those 3-5 tracks and create 100 tracks, like 100 new songs out of it.
Like, you mean their voice, or like what you mean?
Like their voice, like how Drake has a bunch of songs, and that's how people can make new Drake songs. I think it's gonna be like that, where you're just gonna ask someone to record a couple songs for you, and then you're gonna take their voice and their tone, and you're just gonna pump out like 100 new songs, and then you're never gonna need that person again.
But when they make those Drake songs, it's because, I mean, they have to actually do research into like what kind of stuff would Drake say, because AI can't like at this point AI is not good enough to like actually write a song that's to Drake's level. Let's be honest. Like,
wait, Drake's level is
okay, yeah. I'm telling you,
okay.
Because if you were like to write into AI, write me a Drake-esque type of song, it's not gonna. I'm telling you,
really?
It's not.
I think we should try it. We should try it after
I've tried
this.
it.
You've done it?
Not with Drake, but I tried it with another artist, Pink Pantherist. I was trying to, and it was way off.
I don't think that counts though, because Drake has a larger discography.
I still don't think so.
She only has.
I'm gonna be honest. AI. No, she has more.
One album?
No, she has like 4 or something, 3 or 4.
What?
Yeah. But I'm gonna be honest with you. No, we use AI every day in our work, and
Someone could have like a better trained model of AI.
Okay, yeah, if you can train it to the point, but I just still think that AI has too many flaws where it's gonna say like. It just has too many faults where it's not perfect. Where a person, that Drake and The Weeknd song,
yeah,
I don't think he just like said, write me a Drake.
No, definitely not, because he is a producer
research.
And he was like advertising his producing services. That
exactly.
was the point of the song.
So I still think he did his research and the lyrics, the kind of stuff that Drake would say, the kind of stuff that Weeknd would say.
And he definitely did construct the song together.
Exactly. So I just don't see AI like at this point, or not like in the near future, being able to like really replicate somebody's type of sound completely. I still think it's going to need some help. So I think that there's going to be like, AI technicians and AI, like professionals or experts who are going to be the ones that will help you to make those type of songs. But I just don't think like any old person is going to be able to do it. I think it's going to be like, you need to actually learn and train yourself to be able to do all that kind of stuff, if you get what I'm saying.
No, I definitely do, because these AI models, guys, if you don't train them, my God,
they're a mess. They're literally a mess.
They literally don't know what they're doing. Anyways,
when you train them, sometimes it's like, hitting your head against a wall because they're stupid.
Or they just like do the same thing over and over again.
Exactly.
It's
Even
like,
though you're like, no, I don't want this, they will still do it. So like
you
at
have
this
to talk very specific to
Yes.
the AI model. It's not
Exactly.
like talking to a human being where they can pick up on tone and whatever.
no.
AI models can't pick up on that.
Yeah, so you have to be
Obviously.
very, very specific. You have to be very, very like pointed.
Yeah.
So I still think that AI has a long way to go before we're even worried about something like this. But when we are, I still think that there's going to be like no like 45-year-old man is like knowing how to use AI. Like you're going to call somebody. So there's going to be AI technicians, going to be AI experts who you would call to help you with it. So I just don't think that people will be able to do whatever by themselves.
Yeah.
They're still going to need to hire somebody.
Well, those are all very good points added. But speaking of the BBL Drizzy song, do we have that to listen to?
Yes, we do.
Guys, you know this song, and if you don't, you're in for it today. But we're going to bring this up because, I mean, what is the difference between the BBL Drizzy song and the Drake and the Weeknd song?
What do you mean?
Because they're both made with AI, technically.
What is the difference?
Yeah, like the difference in the effects, because with the Drake and the Weeknd song, you're like, well, you know, technically that is weird because that's like, you know, using black voices
Okay.
whatever. But with the BBL Drizzy song, you're like, I love the BBL Drizzy
No,
song.
no, no. The difference is the singer isn't meant to be like some singer. Like it's not. It's just a black singer. It's not meant to be like Marvin Gaye or something. Like
Okay.
so if it was, I think people would be a lot more upset. But since it's just like a generic black voice, people are just more focused on the.
Do you think it's because it's making fun of Drake that people also let it
Also,
slide?
I agree. I also think that's a reason, but I think it's also because it's not trying to imitate like an actual popular artist. Like,
So you think as long as it's using a black voice but not trying to imitate a black
well, it
person?
doesn't. Yeah. If it's using any voice but not like trying to imitate a person, then it's
Okay.
fine. I think. Yeah.
Well, let's listen to it, guys.
Like the lyrics are AI, but Metro Boomin.
He produced it.
Yeah,
Like, he made
like,
the track.
So it was already on like TikTok already or like online, but then, like everyone, like whoever made it, I don't know who made it, but like it blew up, and then he then made it into an actual song, like put the beat behind it and everything. So, yeah. It sucks though. I can't be mad at it. I can't be mad at it.
It does. So you think as long as people, you know, use AI like that, then it's
Yeah,
fair.
I think it's fine because everyone knows that's AI. Everyone know, like it's not trying to imitate anyone's voice. It's just like a funny song. Because like I've seen a lot of songs too where it's like they take like a rap song
Yeah.
and then they make it like a rock song or like something else. You haven't seen that?
No.
Like there's oh my god, which song was it?
I've only seen the SpongeBob AI singing.
Oh really? I haven't
on
seen that.
TikTok. Because my TikTok is like rancid. Anyways.
But I can't remember what rap song it was, but they turned it into a rock song, and I'm not gonna lie, it was really good. It was really good. So
Okay, but how do you know they actually like crafted it? What if they like trained an AI model and now they're testing it out and sending these songs out on TikTok to see how people are receiving
I mean,
it?
we don't know. We don't know. Like, I
Exactly.
mean, AI could be more advanced than we believe
It could just be
is.
like that person's specific AI model that they're like actually putting the work
Training,
into
yeah.
training at home and whatever.
Yeah, we definitely don't know. But I mean, I personally wouldn't. I'm not mad at it just because, like I said, as long as they're not trying to like imitate a person or pretend to be a person, I think it's completely fine. It's harmless and it's fun, honestly. Because, like, if you're ever thinking, how would this song sound like in SpongeBob's voice or whatever? now you can hear that. Like, so like, why would you be mad at that?
You'd be mad at that. So do you think as long as it takes effort, then it's okay? Because as you know, with the route that we're going down, it's gonna be taking less and less effort to make these songs.
Yes, I agree. I think no matter what, it's taking some type of creativity, even if it took you 2 seconds to make. For you to come up with that idea to do that,
Sure.
I think that's creativity in itself, personally.
I don't know. I feel like creativity does take time.
I mean, I think no, I don't agree with that completely. I would call myself a creative person.
Yeah,
mostly.
you are.
Okay. Just not.
You literally are.
Okay. But like, there are certain things I can do that would literally take me 2 seconds.
But
like
that's because you've worked to get that creative, to make things in 2 seconds.
That's true, but
like, you like put in the effort, you put in the time. That's how you can make things in 2 seconds. It's like the same thing when you go to any restaurant and your food comes out in like 30 minutes. I mean, yes, like half of the stuff is like frozen and whatever, but it's still like someone who has honed their cooking skills for years and years, who are able to cook you up a mean linguine in like 20 minutes. When you go home and you do that yourself, how long does that take you? yeah
That's true. Okay, I never thought about it that way, but I don't know, I just don't want to knock their craft. Like,
I'll knock it. I'll knock it. I feel like yes, you can. Okay, just when you do certain things, listen, if somebody is taking a slab of marble and carving out a statue from it over the course of weeks and months, and you're gonna come up to me with like some Play-Doh and like roll a ball and hand it to me and say that's the same thing as the guy with the sculptor or whatever, I'm literally gonna laugh in your face. I think if you are gonna make the Play-Doh, if you're gonna make a statue out of Play-Doh, you have to say that you have to stand on it that yes, this is made out of Play-Doh, and you can't be like, where am I going with this? You basically listen. You cannot hold it for Play-Doh next to the marble statue and call it the same thing. It is not the same thing, okay? And as long as you are not saying that it is the same thing, I'll let you go like scot-free, okay?
Then that's fine. Like, I don't think they're trying to pass it off as the same amount of work. Sometimes like
I think they are.
You really think that? Like, a lot of people are proud to say like, I made this with AI. Like, I don't think anyone's.
No, I think a lot of people lie.
Really?
Yes, a lot of people like to lie. They like to say that I made this all by myself, and I'm a producer and a singer and a songwriter, and I don't need anyone at all, and I'm just like in the booth churning these out day by day.
Okay, I don't think no, I don't think that.
I think so.
No, I'm sure there's people like that, but I don't think that's like the majority of people.
Okay, but now I want to say, like, if somebody was doing that and they were black, I mean, would you let it slide?
No.
Okay.
What
I'm trying to say is that, I don't know. I mean, do you think AI is going to have a disproportionately negative effect on black people? Or do you think that, in the scenarios where it's a black person using AI to create songs, that's going to help them? Especially because black people often don't have the same kind of access or resources to things in the music industry, especially.
I think it could actually go both ways. Like, I think it could definitely help, but yeah, it could definitely, harm as well. Like, I just don't know, like, because it's like, you can't just, like, how do you put restrictions on this, especially as something that's constantly growing? Like, I feel like we need to get to a point where it's kind of like at its peak before we really know how to, regulate it.
Then do you think it's too late?
It might be. I mean, AI might be taking over the world. So, like, I don't know. Like, what do we do? It's actually scary.
Taking over the world. Yeah, it is a bit scary, especially when they start to use it for female voices as well.
You could get you could get a female to say whatever the heck you want them to, like stuff that they wouldn't want to say. Like you can just get them to say whatever you want for your song. You can get them to, like it could get weird.
So yeah, definitely can get weird, especially in the conversation around what's too sexual for a song and what isn't. And I mean, when it's the woman herself singing these lyrics that she herself like wrote and decided to sing, it's definitely different compared to someone who is just making a female voice sing these lyrics, like
Yeah, but do you think it's really that bad then if it's not like a real female? Like it's not like actually violating a human?
Well, I mean, there was that recent AI release with that one AI company that I forgot, but I remember that they were using the voice or a very similar voice to Scarlett Johansson, and the AI when it spoke, though it was very realistic, it was also a little bit flirty, and a lot of people were talking about it and we're a bit confused as to why this female AI voice, though it sounds very natural, it sounds very sensual as well, and it seems to be flirting with the presenter on stage, and they're like, what's going on? And why does it sound like Scarlett Johansson, by the way? And Scarlett Johansson had to like issue a statement, and she had to I think she told them to like use a different voice. Like, this is super, super weird. I didn't allow this. I had no knowledge of this. So I think, and I mean, when you make a voice using AI, yes, you obviously have to train it off of, real voices and things like that. But I mean, then it comes into question, like, okay, like if the voice just happens to sound like you, are you allowed to sue? Because in Scarlett Johansson's case, I feel like she had a more merit
to sue for sure.
Yeah.
That is actually such a great point.
But compared to like, just like a random female voice.
Exactly. And where's the line drawn? Like, you could say it sounds like you, but like
if the person doesn't know, because Scarlett Johansson, like, she can say like, no, like they know me, like they know, like they know what I sound like. Yeah, like I can sue for this. But if you're just like a random person, I mean,
we even have a video of
an artist using AI to make a song, kind of like the way Metro Boomin used AI to make that BBL Drizzy song, and it sounds amazing. And we do think it is different because he's putting in the work, and you can literally see him using
his little soundboard
to like make the song as it goes. So, and that does take a fair amount of talent. So I don't know, you guys tell us what you think. Is this a fair use of AI in the music industry? Yeah, so like I said, do you think that's a fair use of AI in the music industry?
Honestly, I really liked that, and I think that was a great use of AI. Honestly, I think that people like him should be able to, like, express their talent and stuff like that, and be able to produce songs without, like, obviously not being able to get the rights to certain sounds, or people not being able to hire a singer, but being able to make that, but with AI, I feel like it opens a lot of doors for artists and producers. And
So you think this would really benefit the Black community in
Yeah,
general?
I
Give
think
us more access to things.
exactly. Spaces that we're not usually allowed in or whatever, like we don't need them. We can just make our own basically. But also at the end of the day, that still takes talent. Like no one can say like what he's doing isn't talent. Like to know that for what's it called? For the bass to go there and the trumpets to come in there and the saxophone, like that still takes talent.
Yeah.
Like
And it's also timing. the way
exactly.
he's
It's
doing
not
it.
exactly. So you can't look at that and see like he's just using AI to do that. Like the voice might be AI, but he's still making
Crafting the song
a song.
as it goes, by the way.
Yeah. So that's talent for
in
sure.
real time. Yeah. So that definitely does take a level of talent. But I mean, you guys tell us what you think. Do you think AI is going to benefit the Black community more than it hurts the Black community in the music industry? Addie thinks that AI is going to take over the world and that we have maybe 3 to 5 years left.
Mayday, please be scared. The world is ending.
But I think this is definitely like AI can definitely grant a lot more opportunities to not even just Black artists, but marginalized communities in general that just don't have this kind of access to, singers to hire or producers to hire or anything like that, where they can kind of, just use AI to fill in the gaps that would often, stop people from continuing in their music career. So guys, tell us what you think. Like, how do you think AI is going to change the music industry, especially when it comes to Black musicians and singers and artists? We want to know. We have a lovely singer that we want to support and uplift today while AI, in Addie's words, is taking over the world. We still have artists out there who are creating amazing music and using, or not using, but collaborating. We still have artists out there who are collaborating with, fellow creatives who love to come together and, create more than just music, but visuals for a music video and a feel and a mood for a music video, because the music industry is more than just making a song. I went on a little ramble there. What I'm trying to say is, while AI takes over the world, continue supporting artists, especially Black Canadian artists like Emma Gabriel and
you like I love you, but I hate you. Told me it was never us, that was an understatement. Yeah, I treat you like I trust you, but that doesn't change it. Yeah, I love you and I want you, know my feelings that I change. Said trust you, that's insane. Been free falling through the pain. You know that. Gave you all I had. Can't get no more than that. No, I still want you back, and you know that.
Right. Emma Gabriel is a Black Canadian artist that you can listen to and support during the AI world domination that Addie is sure is going to happen, or maybe is already happening. Who knows? So go ahead, listen to Emma Gabriel Give You the World and the rest of her songs, guys. They're all available now, streaming on Spotify, YouTube Music. This has been the Decibels podcast, where we talked about AI in the music industry and whether it's going to help the Black community in the music industry or hurt the Black community in the music industry. Again, tell us what you guys think. Share your opinions down below. Follow the Decibels podcast on our social media platforms, which is on Black Music Canada, our website, and on Instagram at My Black Music Canada, as well as our YouTube at My Black Music Canada.
Thank you guys for watching. We will see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.